5:15. We'll go back to regular session, open session. Apologize for being late. We just had a lot of things to cover in closed session, so please accept our apologies. There are no actions to report. Closed session. Can I get a motion and a second for approval of minutes from February 28th, please?
So moved.
Second. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Business from the floor. The fun part.
Long. No.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Business from the floor. The board meeting is a business meeting of the board held in a public forum to comply with the Brown Act. It is not a town hall meeting with the board. This is time for citizens to present problems or questions they feel the board should discuss. Individuals are encouraged to address the full board, not individual board members. The law prohibits the board from taking action on items not on the agenda. In accordance with AB 361, signed and dated September 16, 2021, the Barstow Unified School District will allow for remote participation at the upcoming regular board meeting on Tuesday, March 28, 2023. General public will be permitted to attend the meeting within the boardroom, but may also submit public comment via email per the protocols listed below. These protocols are: deadline for submission of public comment will be 12 p.m. on Tuesday, March 28, 2023. If you would like to submit public comment, please follow the protocols below. Identify the item you wish to comment on in your email message. If your comment does not apply to a specific agenda item, write general public comment in the subject line of your email. Comments on consent, discussion, public hearing items, or general public comment will be accepted via email prior to the live open public session. Deadline for submission of public comment will be 12 p.m. on March 28, 2023. Submit public comments via email to the superintendent, senior executive assistant at Christina_Crane at busd12k12.com. Let me repeat that. Christina_Crane at busdk12.com. Each comment will be read aloud by a member of staff as received and are subject to the 3-minute time limit, which is approximately 250 words. Comments received outside the comment period outlined above will not be read aloud and will not be reflected in the minutes. Do we have any public comment, any emails or public comment cards? No?
There are none today.
All right. Reports. Staff reports. Monthly cash report.
I guess we'll go over to Mr. Newton.
So our cash as of March 6th, 2023 at the San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools is $51,006,046.74.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Like that. Superintendent's report.
Thank you. Good evening, board members and guests. I want to start by thanking the board for their understanding of my time away from the district to attend to an urgent out-of-state family matter. It is nice to be back in California, even with the rain, as the Midwest was a chilly 25 degrees. I also want to thank Mr. Godfrey and Mr. Gutierrez for their leadership in my absence, and Mrs. Christina Crane for managing the superintendent's office while I was away. Big congratulations to Barstow High School's Angelo Robledo, who was crowned the 2023 Mr. Aztec on Friday, March 10th. I'm told the night was a great success. Aaron, I know that you were one of the judges. I appreciate that. I was asked to do so and had to leave the state. So thank you so much for handling that for us. To give an update, this section. Barstow High School spring sports, including golf, tennis, baseball, and softball, are off and rolling. Good luck to all our student athletes. I'm looking forward to catching some of the action as soon as possible. To give an update on where we are with the progress of Barstow Intermediate School, I have now met with cabinet, principals, and union leaders to discuss the beginning plans of moving all 6th grade for the 2023-2024 school year and 5th grade for the 2024-2025 school year. There's been positive feedback and support during these meetings, and I want to thank everyone who's attended. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be meeting with all classified and certificated staff The meetings will take place in the new gym at Barstow High School and will be open for any staff member that wishes to attend. I will be presenting the outline for what the 5th, 6th grade transition will look like, and it will also be an opportunity for staff to participate in the discussion. The opinions and ideas of our staff are greatly appreciated and will help to direct the planning process. I will meet with classified staff from 2 to 3 p.m. and certificated staff from 3 to 4 p.m. Next week on Tuesday, the 21st, from 5 to 6 p.m. at the interim campus, I will discuss the plans for reopening Barstow Intermediate School with parents, students, and the community. I will repeat this meeting on Wednesday, March 22nd at 9 o'clock a.m. here at the district office for those that are unable to attend the Tuesday evening meeting. Earlier this afternoon, we had the Supportive School Climate Committee meeting, which consisted of staff, parents, community members, and students. The meeting was focused on student conflict resolution. The participants in today's meeting will help guide district level meetings in areas such as building positive relationships with students and giving them a place where they are heard, feel safe, and are able to learn. Big shout out to Dr. Williams and his agenda and the positive feedback that was attained today. This Friday is a TK 12th grade teacher and student non-attendance day. It is also St. Patrick's Day, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. That is my report.
Thank you. We're going to go into the student representatives report.
Sure. So, like you mentioned, last Friday we had our Mr. Astage event. We had a total of 8 contestants, and our winner was crowned Angela Robledo, sponsored by Pure Counseling. We sold a total of 150 tickets, something like that, around that number. And then this morning, our students took the ASVAB test.
All right, thank you very much. And you are aware that you can leave at any time, though, right? Okay, thank you. Board reports. Mr. Watson.
I have nothing to report.
Mr. Haldren.
I just want to say thank you to Ms. Barella for inviting me to be a judge there, and I just wanted to say I know that there was one person who was crowned, but I just wanted to say congratulations to all the contestants because I think they did an amazing job between their talents, their speaking, their dance routines. I think they all did a phenomenal job.
Thank you. And I have nothing to report at the moment. We're going to go into representatives reports. DEA, Ms. Shealy.
Hi, so most people wear the Ides of March, right? We used to have a teacher that announced that. Do you remember that? Not anymore, which is funny. So we just did Good Teaching Conference, and this is my first year to go. I was really excited about it, and I absolutely loved some of the sessions that I went to. Some of the things that I don't necessarily have time to figure out on my own, especially with Google Drawing and a lot of Google apps and Google Classroom. I don't have time to figure it out on my own. So to go to professional development and attend trainings where I was able to immediately in the training start making supplementary things and informative assessments for my students, it felt empowering, it felt invigorating, and this is the time of the year that I needed it. I will admit that I did skip a session because I was literally so into what you can do with Google Drawing that it was all I could focus on. So I do want you to know I did use your money wisely. I also did it like on the weekend after. I'm still using it. It's a lot of fun. We have our March membership engagement, You're in Luck, where I've talked about it before. We're going to do it at the American Legion. Ladies Auxiliary is cooking for us. And we are paying for a member and their guest of their choice to come and have dinner and to socialize and to go. We're looking at having about 75 people there. So I'm really excited. We're getting members and their families and to come together and celebrate with us. I wanted to thank the superintendent and Swearingen for inviting us to speak about the plans for BIS. I'm excited to attend that meeting on Wednesday and hear the questions. It matters a lot to me. It's dear to my heart hearing that name because BIS is why I'm teaching here. I was a substitute. If you don't know my history, I was a substitute for 5 years. BIS is why I fell in love with Barstow Unified. I got invited to be a part of the staff even though I was a substitute. they would invite me to mixers and to, after events, I got invited to their company party because I was there so much. They made me feel like a family. So when I got to choose, I had 2 job offerings. When I was newly done with my credential, I chose Barstow because of that feeling. So I'm excited to bring BIS back. I'm excited to have all the wonderful people that we have in membership put in their knowledge, how it was. I got to have a great little pre-meeting today with an old BIS person, and I called my sister who used to work there. That's how I learned all of it. So I know a lot now. I was like, tell me how this works. Tell me how this, what were the problems, what were this? We're, of course, immediately when we hear something's happening, we are ready to join in, educate ourselves, and be able to bring positive things to these conversations and solutions. That's where we like to be. I do want to talk about, it's that time of year where you start looking at the end of the year, start looking towards next year. I do have concerns, and I've talked about these concerns. I get texts and emails daily about what happens throughout the high desert, and I'm really concerned about possibly losing some very close peers, because in the past we might have conversations of, well, I don't make as much as another district, or I don't have as much as another district, but it's okay because we are a family. But now we're starting to see numbers in the ballpark at $1,500 a month. That is concerning. I know that we have agreed not to discuss it in negotiations, but I needed to know that I'm afraid of losing some quality people for those kind of reasons. We are doing our part. We are trying to do as much membership engagement as we can and supporting. But it's a hard job to teach right now. I love it. Y'all know that. I tell you that every week. But it wouldn't be fair to me as to my membership if I didn't let them know that those are the concerns that are coming to me. You know, it might not necessarily be in the forefront of my brain, but I'm the voice of 263. Yeah. And so that's where we're at. I like to round. It sounds better. Gosh, I don't know. I'm not thinking of a math number with that. Math teacher, for the math teachers in here. But other than that, I'm excited to finish out the school year strong. We're trying to find ways of supporting leadership at each site, the leadership within the membership, how we can help some of these issues that we're seeing and empower each other. I actually am running a meeting tomorrow where I'm excited to share some skills that I'm learning and successes that I'm having in my class with my site so that we can all just become stronger. So thank you. Let's see, what do we got this weekend? St. Patrick's Day, wear green. It's a good thing that I don't have St. Patrick's Day. I'm not allowed to pension. That's like my favorite thing to do on St. Patrick's Day. My whole family knows. So it's a 3-day weekend, much needed for all of us. So be safe. Enjoy your time with your families, and thank you very much.
Thank you. CSEA, no report for CSEA. Okay, Personnel Commission, Ms. Dool.
Board members and guests, the next Personnel Commission meeting is Thursday, April 13th. Barstow Unified currently has 363 classified employees. We have 2 recruitments that closed today and 2 recruitments that are scheduled to close on Friday.
Thank you very much. The adoption of the agenda, any changes need to be made or anybody need to pull anything? No?
Completed copy that you mentioned.
What's that?
Completed copy K6.
Completed copy K6810. Resignation, retirement of certificated contract personnel has been added to the agenda. Okay. Presentation, oh wait, I need to get a motion and a second to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Presentations, recognitions. Anybody?
We have none for tonight.
We have none for tonight. Communications, none. Consent agenda, can I get a, is there anything else that we need to do with the consent agenda? No. Okay, just the addition. Okay. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Discussion items. Discussion items, general, L11 CSBA, New Beginnings Governance Workshop. recommending the Board of Trustees approve the agreement between CSBA, GCS, and Barstow Unified School District for the New Beginnings Board Governance Workshop on April 25th, 2023, and cost listed.
Okay.
Ms. Warrington.
This is a contract in order for us to provide the board some training, and it was agreed by all board members to have that training on April 25, 2023. And I was given direction by the board to go ahead and move forward with CSBA Good Beginnings, and this is the contract to allow us to have that meeting, discussion, and training on April 25, and it's presented to the board for approval.
Can I give a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Business Services, L41, purchase order listing 02/22/2023 to 03/06/2023. Recommending the Board of Trustees approve the purchase orders listed in the attached purchase order. Board report totaling $272,112.50. Ms. Warrington.
This is for Mr. Beaton.
Thank you, Superintendent. So this is the purchase order from 2/22/23 through March 6th. We have a total of 32 purchase orders, $272,112.50. And we're asking for your approval.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Business Services B, L42, second interim report, recommending the Board of Trustees approve the second interim report as of January 31st, 2023, and authorize the board president to positively certify that the district will be able to meet its year-end financial obligations and obligations for the 2 subsequent years. Ms. Warrington.
We are presenting a positive second interim report, and I will hand it over to Mr. Beaton to present.
Thank you again, Lieutenant. So for the 22-23 second interim, it has to be down to the county by March 15th, so we're 1 day ahead of the schedule. Our budgeted reporting, which incorporates positions of Assembly Bill 1200. We are required to file that report twice a year, the interim reports. Our second interim is for the period ending January 31st, and we're forecasting through the June 30th. This report also includes multi-year projections for the 2 following years, and we are doing a positive district certification. From first interim to second interim, and then we'll do the variances for each the resources. LCFF, because we have a 3-year rolling average this year, we're projecting from first interim to second interim the increase in COLA. You'll see we're seeing a variance of $1.6 million there. The federal money we budgeted from first interim to second interim, we had to increase our budgets for Title I, CSI, and Title IV. So you'll see that variance is at $2.3 million. The state revenue was a deduction because of the arts and music. Because of this budget year, they have reduced that first allocation by 33% in order to balance next year's budget. So they're playing with last year's money or this year's money. So that's the difference you see there. Our local revenue is about $1 million adjustment. It's mostly from redevelopment interest and prior accruals for special ed. So giving us a total revenue adjustment of 4.8. On to our expenditures. We have a small variance for our second interim for certificated salaries, mostly just adjustments. Our classified salaries, you'll see a larger variance, and that's because we budgeted our classified negotiations that we'll be bringing to you next quarter. Our benefits are also associated with that. We had some increases to supplies and books, mostly technology for the classroom and some furniture. Our services are kind of aligned to the revenue that was presented in the revenue federal piece. We budgeted for that increases in our services, Title I, CSI, Title IV. Our capital outlay mostly is architect fees. And then you see the there's no other variances there. So for our total expenditure variance, we have 5.9 million. And if you're looking at total revenue versus total expenditures, the variances, you'll see a decrease of about $1 million because we've budgeted more expenditures than revenue. So that'll affect our ending balance by that $1 million. For this year, this interim, it's $93,850,000. We also do a multi-year projection for the county to show that we can meet our requirements for the next 2 years. You'll see in 23 and 24, we have you'll see the COLA is being adjusted there, and then the following year is 3.5 COLA. For the most part, then our fund balance is increasing, mostly because we haven't funded. We're flat projecting our enrollment and also our expenditures. In the next slide, for the restricted detail, we've had some changes, not many. Our special ed dispute prevention and learning recovery. At first interim, we didn't know what those amounts were. So in second interim, we do now. It's right in the middle of the screen there. 42,000 for special ed, and then another 488,000. The other adjustment was arts and music, which I mentioned before. That's a 33% decline. I figure that when the budget May revise comes out, they'll figure out something else and they'll give us back that money, but we'll have to see till when May revise comes out. The ELOG money we spent, so at second interim we have no balance there, and those are the major changes. As far as the MYP assumptions, our COLA from first interim, we had 5.38 because that was the information we had at the time. Now the statutory COLA is projected to be at 8.13. Where it is, it's going to pretty much stay right around in there. It could go up a little down. So we have one more key marker that's coming in April, and that'll solidify the statutory COLA at that point. Like I said before, our flat enrollment, and we're using the 3-year rolling average this year, and our UPP is up from first interim by 2%. Our $5.4 million that we keep in Fund 17 is still there, as well as the other committed balances that we've in the LCAP carry, totaling $21,200,000. In the next slide, we have enrollment versus P280A. You'll notice we're still being protected. So it's showing that we have a ADA of 93% in year 22-23, and that's because of the protections. And you'll see that enrollment starting to decrease in the out years because our protections will decrease. Hopefully we can get our enrollment, our ADA back up to where we were before COVID came, and so that will increase some revenue for the district if we can increase those ADAs. So in closing, we're going to ask for a positive certification, which means that the district will meet its financial obligations for the current fiscal year and the subsequent 2 fiscal years. Our other funds listed, we have our student activity account, our adult education, child nutrition, and a good balance, which is good for us. The STRS and PERS rainy day fund, general obligation bond, capital facilities. We did spend our county school fund. We're projecting to spend our county schools fund. And then we have the fine arts fund on 6.4. That concludes my presentation. If you have any questions.
We do have positive certification and for the 2 subsequent years, or we're asking for it?
No, we do have positive
Okay,
certification, yes. The report shows that we can positively certify the current and the next 2 years.
Okay, great, thank you.
With the negative variance as far as the arts and music, do we see that at all having any kind of impact directly on us as far as programs, employees, or services? Or do we have enough as far as like general funds to make up for that variance for what we're currently offering?
I'm going to look at Mr. Godfrey. I believe we're still in the planning process of the arts and music grant anyway.
Okay.
So although the state is showing us some variances because they're not quite sure exactly how they want to deliver those dollars, either all in one lump sum or throughout the years. Right now they're looking at throughout the years. Fortunately for us, we're still in the planning processes for the arts and music grant. So
Okay.
it doesn't impact what we currently have too greatly.
Thanks.
Good question. As he's
Trying to drink my water.
Yeah, got to do the whole thing.
Any other questions that we didn't answer? Okay,
Okay,
so we need,
can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right. Item K6A1, establishment of one certificated position, school counselor secondary. Recommendation, recommending the Board of Trustees approve the establishment of one school counselor secondary position, 7 hours, 195 days per year, beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Ms. Swearengin.
I'm going to pass this over to Mr. Gutierrez.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Rankin. So the Assistant Superintendent of Services has requested the establishment of this position to support students' A through G requirements, attendance, child welfare for Barstow High School. This is we're going to use the funding the A through G block grant to fund this position. And if you have any questions, any further questions, I'm sure myself or Mr. Godfrey can answer them.
Any questions? Can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Item K682, resolution number 19, 2022, 2023, resolution to release and or assign certificated administrative employees. Recommendation, recommending the Board of Trustees adopt resolution 19, 2022, 2023 in the matter of the release effective June 30th, 2023, and or reassignment effective for the 2023-2024 school year and or work year reduction effective for the 2023-2024 school year of certificated administrative employees, and that the superintendent or her designee be directed to give written notice thereof as required by law. Ms. Swearengin.
I'm going to hand this back over to Mr. Gutierrez as well.
Thank you. So we have actually given notice to these employees that are listed there in the attachment, and the district has identified need to release or reassign these employees, and we recommend approval.
Any questions? Anybody? No. Can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Items for future board meetings? No, no. Okay, it is currently 5:43, and we are dismissed. Thank you, everybody.